We will now cover, the task force will now cover our northern border in Canada, of course.
So Brian Lilly posted this. He says, say what you will about fentanyl. The human smuggling across the Canada-U.S. border is bad. It goes both ways, but mostly south. Pam Bondi says she is deploying resources. So let's take a look at what Pam Bondi says here. Now, Canadians seem to have this unrealistic view of Canada's culpability in terms of, human smuggling, border issues, tariffs. The media, in collusion with left-wing politicians in Canada, seem to have convinced Canadians that, well, we didn't even know what tariffs were before Trump, as if Canada's just been so innocent. Canada never would have even imagined putting a tariff on another country. No, there's always been tariffs. Canada's had harsh tariffs. We've got the dairy cartel in Canada. No. I mean, and as for this 1% of fentanyl going down to the United States, or 1% of the fentanyl going to the States coming through the northern border, I don't believe that for a second. We have a ginormous border that's not very well attended. So I'm not believing that for 3 seconds, or 2 seconds, or 1 second. Canada is not innocent in all of this, and it'd be more productive for us if we stop pretending. Let's hear what Pam Bondi has to say.
We are now expanding Joint Task Force Alpha. It has 5 steps. We will now cover, the task force will now cover our northern border in Canada, of course, and all of our maritime borders. Our incredible partner again at DHS, Christy Nome, and I are expanding this to include our DEA, ATF, and FBI agents to this task force to give us even more manpower. We will receive more resources to prosecute these cases, and key figures in cartel, human trafficking, and transnational criminals. We are now expanding.
So I thought I would just take a look here. How many people illegally crossed the U.S.-Canada border? In the U.S. fiscal year 2024, U.S. Customs and Border Protection recorded nearly 24,000 encounters with individuals attempting to cross the U.S.-Canada border illegally. These numbers show a sharp increase from previous years, with roughly 12,000 encounters in the fiscal year 2023 and far fewer in 2022. So it's really going up. The majority of these apprehensions occurred in the Swanton sector along the border of Quebec with New York and Vermont. So the number is going up. As the southern border gets more secure, more people are trying to sneak in through the north. 24,000 from October 2023 to September 2024. How many of those people were gang members? How many of them are foreign agents, let's just say, or terrorists, right? We know a handful of terrorists can create an enormous amount of damage, even start wars. So that's a serious matter. 24,000. There's a lot of trouble. There's a lot of trouble and crime that can come in a package of 24,000 people in a year. So it's really time for Canada to stop playing dumb, stop pretending to be innocent of all things, and we're just these naive babes in the woods. No, the U.S. has got a point, right? Has it been handled in the most productive way? No. And I've said this many times. The whole tariff thing it's been completely counterproductive, the way that this has been handled with the, 51st state stuff. But let's not play dumb in Canada, because that in itself is counterproductive. Let's own up to it, own up to our part, right? Not only with border security, but with trade and tariffs as well, and protecting our markets as well. We're also guilty of this. In fact, every country is and has been forever. Maybe Mark Carney can start acting like the guy he told us he was, the guy who knows how the world works and is this brilliant deal maker. I say maybe he can, but he can't. I mean, we know at this point, we realize he's not going to get it done, but maybe he can just shut up. I don't know. Maybe that's the best we can hope for until we can get him out and get Pierre Poilievre in, but we'll have to see. All right. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.